By a show of hands, how many of you own a cell phone?
Raise your hand.
Of those of you who raised your hand, how many of you have talked on the phone while driving?
Not this one, because I don't drive.
The community of people using cell phones has increased dramatically since 1990 from 5 million people to 174 million people in today's society. Of this community of cell phone users, nearly every one of them has used their phones while driving. Today I'm here to discuss with you the reasons why talking on the phone and driving increases the risk of an accident, why you should limit your time on the cell phones while driving, and what is being done to stop these accidents related to cell phone usages. Let's start by discussing why talking on the cell phone while driving increases the risk of having an accident. In the recent studies provided by Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, 73% of 1,200 people admitted to driving while talking on their cell phones. Among this percentage, it was higher in teens and young adults. With this age group, it is also a more common usage of cell phones due to texting, which also causes more wrecks within the age group. A study by the University of Utah, published in the summer of 2006 edition of Human Factors Journal, talking while driving on cell phone or talking while driving is compared to drunken driving, which is also causes a person to be 4 times more likely to have an accident. Now that we know why talking on the phone and driving increases the risk of a wreck or a vehicle accident, let's look at why you should limit your usage time while driving. Even with a hands-free device, many people think that would lower the risk to having an accident. Sorry to tell you, but they're not always right. Using a hands-free device causes people to still be distracted. Even though you're not typing on the cell phone or holding a cell phone to your ear, the distraction is still there. People think that, okay, since I have a hands-free device, it'll be less likely for me to have a wreck. They think this, and because they think this, it's compared to, it slows the reaction time of a person using a cell phone at all while driving. David Strayer, a professor at Utah University, says that putting a 20-year-old behind the wheel of a car is like the reaction time of having a 70-year-old behind the wheel of a car. The 20-year-old talks on the phone, the 70-year-old don't. It's still the same thing. It slows the reaction time dramatically. According to Insurance Information Institute, cell phone causes 2,600 people to die a year. Another 330,000 people are injured due to using cell phones while driving. Some feel that the hands-free device works, but from certain statistics, it doesn't. Associated Press, published by the MSNBC, conducted research finding that a hands-free device is no different than using a held hand device. The act of talking on the phone while driving is kind of like the driver sees it or looks, but he doesn't comprehend what's happening because he's too caught up in that conversation to pay attention to the road. Now that we have seen the reasons to limit cell phone usage while driving, let's see what's being done to prohibit or stop this. In some states, such as New York, New Jersey, and Washington, states have banned handheld devices. Some cities prohibited using handheld devices or cell phones while in the city limits. Some are trying to ban cell phone usage altogether, and others are charging up to $100 to $200 fees or fines for using cell phones while driving. I hope you now understand the dangers of cell phone distractions while driving. I encourage you to limit your cell phone usage while driving, and remember, driving while talking on the phone is not only harmful to yourself but also others around you. Thank you.